Hey, beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. I guess you can call it a podcast. And we are here today to talk about Ladies Who List Atlanta. And the way they have it, they make it seem like there's another ladies that list. Is there another one? Or is this the first one and they just want to have more? All right, let's get into it. All right, so we start out with Kyra and Kiana. Yeah, I think it's Kiana. They're sitting at a pool having some champagne. I guess Kyra just closed a multi-million-dollar deal, so she's made it. So Kiana says she met Kyra on social media. She posted herself in a swimsuit and a bikini. It was a cute picture. And apparently she got a whole lot of backlash and people saying nobody's going to take you seriously. She defended her. They became fast friends. Yeah, so basically they're just sitting there talking about how they made it. Cute girls, beautiful women. Kiana has lots of makeup and lots of eyelashes going on. Cute girl, not taking anything away from her, but it's a lot going on there. So we learned that she's from North Carolina. She grew up in the projects, and she said one thing she can do is make some money. So, she had an issue with the projects, which of course we all do. It's to, put everybody in one spot to limit their mind, limit their thinking, make you think you can't go any further than this. And I I agree with all that. I think that's true. So yeah, kudos to her for making it out. So they stand up. They have on very pretty dresses, very face done up and everything. And these girls jump in the pool, fully clothed in these dresses, jump in the pool. Okay, I guess. Okay, next we are introduced to Robin, who's a broker, and Crystal on the show they call her Crystal, but when I just downloaded her picture, her name is Christy Kimbrough, and I wonder if she is any kin to what was her name, Kimbrough, something like that. She was the lady who did hair for the stars. Do y'all remember her? She had a show and everything. It was so ratchet. Oh my god, I wish I was excuse me, y'all. I wish I was reviewing then because listen, lots of drama on that show. So in this scene, we learn a little bit about Robin, which is the one with the blonde hair here on the screen. We learned that she feels like she was supposed to fail. She was set up to fail. She has abandonment issues. She said she was abandoned by women in her family. She was a teenage mom. She had no job or anything. So basically, she really feel like she was supposed to fail, but thank God she didn't. So there's that. These women are overcoming some things. I like it. So far, and I'm not even being funny, I like what they're putting out in the beginning in terms of women empowerment and the fact that you can definitely overcome some things. Come on, black women rock. She also says that women in business can come off intimidating, but for her, it's a protective layer. We also learn a little bit about her and Crystal and their relationship. They met at a party and I guess really hit it off. You guys, Crystal is gorge. I'm sorry, she's gorge. So far, I would say her and Kira are the best looking ones. I mean, they're all pretty, so I don't want to like pit them against each other. But what's her name? Crystal, gorgeous to me. Like on the screen, this picture is not doing her any justice. On the screen, she is a beautiful woman. Um, but yeah, Robin says that they're good cop, bad cop, and guess who's the good one? Guess who's the bad one? So I want us to remember that in the scenes that are coming up. She considered herself the bad cop. She said that. She spoke that. All right, we're going to talk about that later. So what we learned about Crystal is that she's saying a lot of the women didn't grow up with the same background that she had because she had two very loving, parents. I guess she grew up, she had a little bit of money. She said she always worked. She was an entrepreneur forever. Like she used to resell golf balls. She would go get them, wash them off, resell them. So this is nothing to her. This is what she's always done. Like she just has a really good work ethic per her. So in the next scene, we have Robin. She comes in with her clients. I guess they're about to close. They're at Crystal Kimbrough's. She's the closing attorney, and you guys, she come in. She has on. First of all, I don't like the lipstick on her. Now I just gave you this super compliment about being gorge, and now you put on some kind of orange lipstick. Girl, don't do it. Don't do that. But Robin says that the difference between a real estate agent and broker, and she's a broker, is that she has another certificate. She went to school a little bit longer. She has a little bit more learning under her belt. So there's a nice little spread for the clients, but also Miss Crystal comes in with her boobies out. Boobies all out. Inappropriate. Ma'am, inappropriate. Their clients are Amy and Mozzie, and apparently they're YouTube stars. I've never heard of them, not even trying to be rude. I don't know who they are, but kudos to them. As they're doing their signing, like it's a huge deal. They paid, their home was over $595,000, 6 bedroom, 6 bathroom, 3,442 square feet. And then, she's talking about, the girl Amy is saying how it's a huge deal for her. And Crystal says, yeah, because if you think about it, Black people weren't even, able to own homes. And it wasn't that long ago, and they were like, yeah, that's crazy. I'll tell you one thing I do definitely like about the show is that they are putting things out there. Like the fact that they are really, giving it up to Black people. I'm loving that part of the show so far. So kudos to these YouTube stars. Do your thing. But yeah, so they closed. They're under 30, closing on their home. And yeah, kudos to them. Oh, I'm sorry, under 35. But still, kudos. All right, and now we meet Tiffany and Tiana. And Tiana is a luxury agent. And Tiffany is a closing agent like Crystal. You guys, they're at the playground with their kids. And when I tell you their kids are not about it, especially, I think it's, what's her name? Tiana's daughter. She's like, go play. I don't want to play. I don't want to play. We are at a whole park. Go get on the swings. I don't want to swing. I was like, this girl is not cooperating at all. But yeah, that was a real moment in reality TV. We don't learn a lot about them in this scene. I guess maybe later we'll learn more about them. Because they're just kind of playing with the kids, talking about their mothering, and it's so funny because I'm gonna keep getting them mixed up, you guys. They kind of favor. I'm not sure which one said it, but she's like one of them is very, parenting. She wants her kids to eat healthy. The other one says, "Oh, you teaching your kids how to count calories. I'm teaching my kids how to curse." And basically, I mean, we just didn't learn anything from this whole thing except they feel like they're really cool, really close because they're both moms. All right. But I mean, they were cool enough. It's fine. This episode wasn't really given a whole heck of a lot, but that's to be expected on the first episode of anything. Like, you just kind of get introduced to the characters or the people because it's real life and see what's to come. So, we're just going to have to bear with it. From the looks of it, I think they're going to bring some drama. All right, so we're back with Robin and Crystal, and Robin's telling Crystal her big idea. She wants to come up with she's like, listen, there's a lot of awesome Black women in Atlanta that's making a lot of these white people a whole lot of money, and I feel like we can open a firm and it just be Black owned, Black people. Let's do it for ourselves. And Crystal says, hey, that's a good idea. In her confessional, Robin says, I want to do this and get all the women together. However, women, that's not my jam. Remember, she said that. Okay, so Crystal says she went to school with Tiana. I guess she went to high school with her, but they don't talk now. And she doesn't close with her. So Tiffany probably only closes with, who was the other one? Tiffany and... God, the other one that she was at the playground with, that they're really good friends. Okay, all right, hold on, guys. All right, I'm back, you guys. Sorry, not cutting that out because you guys are just going to get the real raw sometimes, okay? I can't be stopping and going and cutting and all of that. It's too much. It's a phone ring. You guys heard a phone ring before, right? But back to the show. So Crystal's saying how, I think she said Tiffany, doesn't close with her. And I am just going to assume because her friend is a closing attorney as well. So I don't know if does Robin close with the other girl? Like, wouldn't you close with your friend. I mean, I guess in business you can give it around, but it's only natural that if they're really good friends, they're gonna close with their friend. So Robin asked Crystal, "What about Tiffany?" And she's like, "In terms of what?" She's like, "In terms of being a part of it." And she's like, "Well, she and I are the only ones that do the closing. We're the only black, um, closing attorney. So it wouldn't make sense for us to merge together." And she's like, "We don't work together." And Robin's like, "So are you guys in competition?" "I'm not in competition with no one." And I'm like, "It kind of sounds like it though. Like you just said that y'all don't work together, it don't make sense to merge." And Robin is like, "Yeah, I'm just thinking that what if we all come together and just be this monstrous, conglomerate or whatever." And I don't think Crystal sees it because it seems like she is kind of in competition with the other girl. I'm gonna get their names together, but she is in competition with the other girl because she just said we're the only two black closing attorneys around here, and why would we work together? I understand Robin's vision. Just black women. I won't even say black, but just a bunch of women in general working together. Oh, it's just never a good thing. It's always drama. I mean, it's terrible to say, but it's the truth. So they both agree that yes, this would be a major powerhouse brokerage firm if they can all get it together. Crystal says she feels like she can help. Robin's like, "That's why I'm coming to you. I feel like you can give it legs. I have the idea, but you can kind of make it happen, make some calls or whatever." "Okay, great." And then Crystal says, "Listen, I need to say something to you without you getting mad." "Okay, shoot." "You don't play well in the sandbox with others." And she's like, "What do you mean play? And what do you mean play in the sandbox? I'm proposing business. I'm not proposing playing in the sandbox." So she's getting pissed off because the girl said she don't get along with women well. Because that's what Crystal told us in the confessional. "Listen, Robin doesn't really do well with women, but we're gonna give it a try." And I'm like, Robin already told us herself. She already said that she's the bad cop. She already said that she don't really jive well. That's not her jam, women. And then we learned that the whole play together in the sandbox, well, or whatever, that's Robin's term. She says that about herself, and Crystal just used her own term on her. And I'm like, you are speaking all of this. Robin, how are you getting pissed off because she's throwing it back at you? This is stuff that you've already spoken over yourself. You said this about yourself. So Robin gets really pissed off and she starts screaming and she's like, "Why are you just talking about me like everyone else is like Miss Congeniality?" And then Crystal's like, "Rob, you're triggered. You're triggered, Rob." Yeah, that would get on my nerves for real. Like that would get on my nerves. Don't do that. And yeah, it kind of pushed her over the edge. Like she lost her shit for sure because she was just like really, really pissed off at the fact that this girl said she don't get along with girls when you've already said you don't get along with girls. So it's kind of confusing. Sorry, guys. It's kind of confusing in this instance because I don't know who's right and who's wrong. I don't know whose team I'm on. Like, Crystal is being condescending, and I don't like the whole gaslighting thing she's doing. "You're being triggered, and don't do that in my office and all this." But you are, I can't even say that she's the one triggering her. She's saying stuff that's getting her upset. But again, it's just the same thing that Robin has already said about herself. So, yeah, I don't know who's right and who's wrong in this. They both just look a little crazy to me. All right, so next we have Kiana meeting with someone named Ashton. She says he has a whole lot of pocket homes or something like that. I don't know the term, but okay. Very nice place. He's showing her around one of his listings. She thinks she has someone who would be interested in it. She has on all white. Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, yes, ma'am. All right, you guys, these ladies actually do have money because not only is Kiana in this slamming white suit, like the suit is just all that. She has this bag that a lot of people don't know about. It's a Goyard, and a lot of people, it's not as popular with black people as it is with white women. So the fact that she has it, okay, that solidifies a little something for me. And then her client that comes in, I guess she's an actress. I'll get her name in a second. She has one as well. She's rocking a Goyard too. So I'm impressed. I have to tell you that I'm impressed. And y'all, I have not, I don't have one. Let me just say that. I only know about it because my best friend got one. She, she had a little money or whatever. She came over a couple years. It's been maybe a year or more. Um, yeah, almost 2 years actually. And she had a really nice bag. And then I'm like, oh, what's that? She let me know. And she also let me know that, some white lady told her about it and was just like, a lot of people are not really up on it yet. So I guess they are up on it now. No, your girl, me myself, I don't have one just yet. You know what? Actually, I'm not even gonna say just yet. Like I would want to get one. I'm not a super bag girl. I like a Louis, a good bag or whatever. But I'm not to where I would just run around getting any bag just because it's well known. But again, these women, yeah, they know a little something, and I am impressed. Yes, I'm impressed by a bag. Whatever. Okay, so her client comes, and her client is Crystal Hazlett. She's an actress. Her face looks familiar, but I don't know what she's been in or anything. But yeah, she was dressed nice. Yeah, cute lady. The show is just full of beautiful people. Even what's his name, Ashton, not a bad looking guy. He's very well dressed. I love the aesthetics of this show and the fact that everybody is beautiful. I love it. Just like us, beautiful people over here. I love it. So, yeah, let me just keep watching, y'all. You guys, this place is beautiful that they are looking at. It's absolutely gorgeous. And the actress looks like she likes it. She didn't say, if she's gonna put anything down on it or, want to go under contract with it. But then we see Crystal, our attorney Crystal, she's pulling up, and we learn that she and Kiana are really good friends. And Kiana says, listen, we are not just industry friends, we are friends, and we take trips together. We have been to San Tropez together. And she says, yes ma'am, San Tropez. And I said, okay, that's your girl, all right. Yeah. So Crystal starts telling Kiana about this. Robin has this deal that she wants to pitch to everybody. And she's like, would you mind having dinner with Kyra, myself, Robin, and she say Tiffany? I think, God, Tiana. Because I think Tiffany is the other attorney. Yeah, she left out Tiffany. Tiffany's not invited. Not as of yet. So I guess they got to figure out if the two attorneys can work together. Because, yeah, right now, Tiffany's not invited. I'm like, shade. Yeah, so Crystal asked Kiana if she would be open to having dinner with all of them. And she says no. And then we go to a commercial. Okay, so after the break, Kiana explains that during the pandemic, I'm not going to explain exactly what she said because it was a lot. Basically, she reached out to Robin to help her out with something because, she was trying to make sure she could still practice real estate. And she said something about coding some of their contracts. And Robin said she'll do it for $500 a contract, which I'm guessing, because I don't know anything about, what she's saying. I'm guessing that's a lot. And she felt like she was trying to cheat her. And why would you be doing this to someone who you've been around for years? She said Robin sold her first home, and they've been around each other for years. She says she's always trying to empower people. However, she was trying to take advantage in this instance, and yeah, it just left a really bad taste in her mouth. So she told Crystal she would go to the dinner for her, but she and Robin needs to talk. And Crystal's like, yeah, because I don't understand why she did that, because Robin doesn't need the money. So what was the point of it? So yeah, you guys definitely need to hash that out. So Kiana says the only reason why I would go to the event because I know she wants something from me and I can't wait to tell her no. I'm sorry, I died. Because I can't wait to see it. So Crystal goes to talk to her big sister Cecily, who also works in her office. She's the operations manager. And when she sits down, y'all, Crystal's drink, she got a sangria. Oh my God, it looks so good. So she's asking, what's her name, Crystal, what's up with you and Robin? Because I heard her when she was in the office. There was a little screaming going on. You guys, her sister gave her some really good advice. She said, listen, you may feel like you are trying to talk to her and be her friend and just tell her the real. And she's like, but to her, she may be taking it as you being condescending. And you got to meet people where they are. If she's your friend, you know the tendencies that she has. So basically, she was just kind of telling her, why are you triggering her? And I can appreciate that. Thanks, sis. Like, that is definitely a big sis because she gave you some great advice. I mean, she didn't really give advice, but she just kind of hopefully opened your eyes to the fact of, and it's true, you guys, you got to know how to deal with people. And after you've been around people for so long, you definitely deal with them in terms of how they are. Like, you don't just write people off and different things like that. You just deal with them how they are. Unless it's something that's really toxic that you can't deal with, then okay, you don't have to deal with them. But in any situation, all your friends are not going to be the same. All your friends are not going to think the same. And you just kind of, like she said, meet people where they are, especially if you care about them. You know how to deal with the people and how to deal with their different personalities. So Crystal says that she feels like Robin is just kind of lashing out at her, and everything that she says is bothering her. Like, it's getting a reaction, and she doesn't understand why. Then in the confessional, she says that she feels like Robin is just nervous about bringing the idea to the other women, and she's feeling nervous, anxious, and she's like, I wish she could identify that as, what's going on with her, as opposed to lashing out at me. Try to figure out why you're feeling so anxious and everything, as opposed to lashing out. Makes sense. All right, so we have Tiana, Kyra, and Tiffany meeting up. I think somebody else is coming. We'll talk about it when they get there. But apparently they know each other. They like each other. They ran up to each other, hugging each other. So that's great. Okay, I take that back. Kiana comes in with Ashton, and she's looking all fabulous. And in her confessional, she says she has not done a listing with Tiana. She's not worked with her. And she's like, if you're going to show luxury housing, then where's the video? Where's the staging? So basically, she's kind of feeling like she's not up to par. So maybe they all don't get along. So now we have Kiana talking to the women about Robin, and Tiffany and Tiana say they don't really know Robin. They've never really worked with her. And Kiana says, I know Robin. I know who I thought she was. And they're like, whoa, wait, like, give us the dirt. And I guess hopefully they can meet her and form their own opinion of her. This is the stuff that messes everything up. But I guess that's what Robin wants to do. Not Robin. Kiana wants to do anyway because she's not feeling her. So. Yeah, so Kira says that speaking of knowing someone, I was at the Kanye event and I'm literally standing right next to Crystal, and she turns around and looks at me and says, hey, don't I know you from somewhere? And I think it's Tiana that says, you know her. You guys know each other. And she's like, yeah, we've had dinner together. And I'm like, oh my God, why can't I see that girl Crystal doing that? So shady. So very interesting. Tiana speaks up and she says, I like Crystal. That's how she started out. She liked Crystal. She's like, I grew up with Crystal. I went to high school with Crystal. Haven't done a whole lot of business with Crystal. And Kiana says, well, have you done any business with her? And she says, yeah, I closed on one home with her. Wasn't the greatest situation. And then in her confessional, she says, yeah, I do all my closings with Tiffany. Crystal, your ass out. And I'm like, why you start off your sentence with I like Crystal and then the rest of it is all shit. So Tiffany says that, ladies, I'm going to go to this dinner and I would just like for us to all behave like ladies. Let's just have some class and decorum, because she can already see that this person doesn't like this person, that person isn't feeling this person. And my whole thing is, if y'all don't like each other, what's the point? What's the point, ladies? All right, and in the last scene, just to wrap it up, Crystal and Robin meet each other, and they're having trying to hash out what went on. They end up getting into it again. Still, same thing. Robin feels like she's being condescending and everything. She's like, you do this little chuckle, you do this little laugh. It's the same thing. They don't really get anywhere. So it is what it is, but they'll be fine. Yeah, so that is episode 1. I can't believe I'm almost at 30 minutes for the first episode. So we get to meet everybody, and like I said, I feel like coming up there will be some drama, as we can see, and I can't wait to see it. But so far, I do like it. It's fine. Upon the second watch, I like it better than the first time because I think maybe I was just kind of glancing at it and wasn't really giving it a chance. So, thank you, Mr. Feelgood, for having me check it out. Yeah, we're gonna stick with this one. So, if you are still here, you are the real MVP, and I appreciate you. If you have not already, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Smooches.